Hi there, welcome to another video from Hegarty Maths. It's Mr. Hegarty here, our third video on stem and leaf diagrams. So, I want to introduce a new idea to you. Already, we have seen a stem and leaf diagram and drawn a stem and leaf diagram, and here is an example of one showing the times it takes the people in an office to finish a crossword. Now, suppose I asked you the following question. Compare the times of men and women in the office. And suppose further I actually showed you which of the data items were to do with men, and I've coloured them in blue, and which of them are to do with women, and I've coloured them in red. Well, it's not very handy to have a stem and leaf diagram like that if you want to compare men and women. It would be better to separate them and draw what we call a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. So let me show you how that would work. You would draw another line to the other side of your stem, to the left of your stem. You would take all, let's say, the men's data items and put them to the left of that stem, and then you would just tidy up the right hand side so they're all in nice columns like that. Now that's called a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. So that's back to back, and it just makes it easy to compare the times of men and women. That's what we're going to be learning about in this video, how to compare the times. What we're going to be doing is working out the median for the men's time and the range for the men's time, and the median for the women's times and the range for the women's time, and comparing both those statistics. So let's get on and try a question. If you feel like you can, pause the video and have a go here. So the following back-to-back stem and leaf diagram shows the percentage scores of boys and girls in a class for a German test. It says work out the median for the boys. So the boys are the ones coloured in blue over here with this label. So to work out the median, what do you do? Well, it's not the smallest data item, it's not the biggest, it's not the next smallest, it's not the next biggest, it's not the next smallest, it's not the next biggest, it's not the next smallest, not the next biggest, not the next smallest, not the next biggest, and you get yourself this one over here. Now that doesn't mean 2, remember that means 72. So work out the median for the boys. The median for the boys is 72%. Then it says work out the median for the girls. Let's do the exact same thing. Not the smallest, nor the biggest, nor second smallest, nor second biggest, nor third smallest, nor third biggest, nor fourth smallest, nor fourth biggest, etc. And we keep going. And that's actually leaving us in this case with 2 items in the middle. So to work out the median there, we'd have to do 54, add 59, and divide it by 2. Okay, so and if we did that, we would, or you could think of it as what's halfway between, what's the midpoint between between 54 and 59. Well, there is 5 between them, so half of that distance is 2.5. So if we add 2.5 on to 54, we would get ourselves 56.5. So the median for the girls is 56.5%. It says compare the medians for the boys and girls. Well, you can clearly see that the boys' median is bigger than the girls' median. So you can say boys have larger median. And then what you can say after that is, therefore, on average, because the median is a representation of the average, so therefore, on average, the boys did better than the girls. Boys performed better than girls. Okay, and there you go, we've done the first part. Now next, with the very same data, we're asked the range for the boys and girls and to compare the ranges. So pause the video and check you can do that. Well, for the boys, the biggest number would be from here, it would be 92. So 92, subtract the smallest, which is going to be 38. Right, so all you have got to do is do 92 subtract 38, and that's going to give yourself 54, and it's percent. Work out the range from the girls. Well, the biggest for the girls is 87 and the smallest is 40, so you're going to do 87 subtract 40, which is 47%. Now compare the ranges. The boys' range is bigger than the girls, so you can state that. Boys' range bigger. And what does that mean? Do you remember what you must say? Therefore you say the boys' results are more spread out. Boys' scores more, and that's the key word, more spread out. Or you could say that a girl's scores are more consistent because they're closer together. It's up to you. And that's the type of thing we're going to be doing. So the next question now is, you're just straight away going to be asked, this is how it comes up in the exam, to compare the distribution of boys and girls. You have to, in your head, translate that to say, I must work out the median of the boys, the range of the boys, the median of the girls, the range of the girls, and compare those. So off you go and have a go. So for the boys, let's start off by working out the median in this case, the median. So do it as we did before, right? It's not the biggest nor the smallest, and we keep going like this. And we get ourselves two data items here. So that's 65 and 69. So we do 65 add 69 divided by 2. Right, and that's going to give us 67. Halfway between those is 67%. So the median 67%. The range is going to be the biggest item. So let's do that in a different color. The range is going to be the biggest score, which was 74. Subtract the smallest score, which is 38. And when we do that, we get ourselves 36%. Right? Let's go over and do the same with the girls. Work out the median, and then let's work out the range. Okay, the median, let's do exactly as we did before. Let's color it in. It's not the smallest nor the biggest, or second smallest or second biggest, or second third smallest or third biggest, and so we will continue like this until we get one or two items left in the middle. And in this particular case, we get a unique item there, 62. So the median is its own a number. We don't have to average them. The median is 62%. The range is very easy. It's the biggest number, which is 97. Subtract the smallest number, which is equal to 39, and that's going to give us 58%. Now, when we're asked this question here, compare the distribution of boys and girls, you've got to see that phrase, compare the distribution, and know it means you must compare the averages and you've got to compare the range. So that's what it means. So you've got to say two statements comparing those. So let's do the first statement comparing the average. The average we've got is the medians. So we can say the median of the boys is bigger. And then you've got to just put that in context and say what that means. And I'll write that in a different color. It means on average the boys did better than the girls. Okay, like that. And secondly, you've got to make a comment about the range. We've got the range in this statement. So whose range is bigger or smaller? You've just got to make a comment. The range of the girls is bigger. So we can state that. That's not enough. We've got to explain what that means. And it basically means the girls' results are more spread out. So the girls' scores are more spread out. It would have been also fine to say the boys' scores are less spread out, or you could say the boys' scores therefore are more consistent. Any of those variations, and we've talked about those variations in the past. But that's it for this particular video. Thanks loads for watching.